I was really taken by, look at that surface, that's all gold. So I wanted to really get into doing boxes of some sort. And then this was a kicker. This is out of the Smithsonian Institute. And this is on match safes. And when matches were made, you know, they were very precious. And they were also not reliable. So you could have matches in your pocket, and they would combust in your pocket. So these are called match safes. So that meant if you were smoking a cigar or whatever, cigarettes or some kind of tobacco, you could put a matchstick in your pocket and not worry that it was going to flare up in your pocket. Now imagine at that time if you had this lady had a big dress or some kind of little purse, and the matches would combust, you know. So that's why they're called match safes. Isn't that neat? So what I'm getting at here is that we're talking about all of these little boxes. They were functional art. And what I wanted to do was not only to do something that was precious, that you could hold a pin in, but I wanted to do something that was functional. So this is a great example of this influence of color and surfaces. Now this was a set of jewel boxes that I did under a Disney license. And this was here's a studio sample. I didn't realize that. This is 1997 I did this. So look at that, 13 years ago. And I had a very strong interest in this. Limited color. Here we textured this. And look at the surfaces of that. So this was to put jewelry in. And you can find these on our site. But then we did story time. And look at the difference when that same piece is fully painted. Now, you don't get to see pieces very often that go from where we released it in just limited color, like all gold tones, and then when we did it in fully painted. And here you can see the influence of porcelain on my work. And again, this is surface. So just to show you how much I've explored this, these are waxes. See, this is in wax. And what I did was I said, well, what if I did this fancy piece in without a fancy base? We did it like this first. And then how does it look if I add that more decorative base? So one of the big transitions that I went through, I think at this point when I was working on these pieces, I was thinking more fine art. And I would have never rounded that out with a decorative base. So I made a major psychological step in my work. And, you know, I said, you know, Bob, you know, this is not only a fine art, but it's as decorative art as well. And you need to really relax about this and have a good time and move it into this decorative direction as well. So what you're seeing here is this is where I really applied that thinking. And this would have been about 1993 or 94 is when this was done. And this just shows you, look how happy that is, this decorative trim. So